friends, and welcome to today's live stream. Hey Anna, hey Sabea, hey Nova. How'd your hair come out, Sabea? Like, I'm like in suspense because you've been posting to Instagram, and I'm like, let me see it, let me see it. Hey Lindorf. Ooh, got the lawn mowed. I hope this heat isn't hitting y'all the way it is here. So today we are making wire wrapped trees of life. Hey kitty, how are you doing today? And that's one that I did earlier today. This is one that I finished up this morning. I'd started it on the couch last night, which was a lot of fun. And then this is the one that I'm finishing up right now. Oh, I love the flash in that lab. No filters, guys. It just looks like that. You're like, Sabea says, I'm currently blonde, color will be tomorrow. Hairdresser friend had to leave. Right on. No spoilers then. Hey, Patty. Hey, Lisa. So, I'm going to be finishing this one up, and then y'all are going to help me pick what cab we should do next. So, that's going to be really exciting. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get this flipped around. Hopefully the stream's quality is okay today. Like okay is the best I'm hoping for. So I'm taking my expectations and lowering it down a little bit. Just a little lower. There we go. So if the stream, or I should say when the stream crashes, I'll let y'all know in the chat that it's crashed because it'll be buffering, and then we have to restart the phone, which is what we stream from, and I'll let you guys know again in the chat whenever you can refresh. And if there's any complications beyond there, we'll just play it by ear, but hopefully everything will be okay. So, hey Nina, how's it going? Getting this flipped around. There we go. It is a beautiful day today, which is very easy to say from in the air conditioning. Hey, Hawk, how's it going? Oh, no storms today. It's just beautiful and hot. It's so hot outside. Like, gross. Oh, really? I need to check my own website calendar. I don't doubt you a bit, but there's... Oh, we weren't supposed to have one? And then Maddie twisted her ankle and we're home. She's okay. Maddie is okay. And we actually, our friends needed us to house sit, so we had canceled the plans we had made anyways. But then Maddie twisting her ankle, it just sealed the deal that it's like, oh yeah, we staying home. And it's been wonderful because quite frankly, it's too hot to do anything outside anyways. So, but she's healing up well. Randy is taking very, very good care of her and me. Ooh, trying to vend. Oh, how's it going, Rich and Gnome? Right on, Kim. Saw the Vonster vlog yesterday. You had a sewing project going on. Is that the shirt? Yeah, this is the shirt. Good eye, Heather. Yeah, I needed to add some straps to the shoulders because otherwise it makes me feel like I look ultra dramatic and like I need to be like on the cover of one of those corset busting romance novels. Of like the damsel and like the Fabio haired gentleman who's like, and they're very dramatic, and there's usually like the sea behind them with like waves crashing upon the on the shore, like wild horses running or something. Like, so yeah, I needed to get my shirt put together. We hope so too, Nova. I think she'll be able to walk on it in the next day or two, but slow and steady. Aw. Well, thanks, Heather. Hey, Drax, how's it going? Hey, Lynn. When I finish my novel, you should be my cover model. Oh no. Sabaya, do you remember the girl who does the Irma Gerd Virtubers? Like that face from like a million years ago? That's how I feel like my sexy face looks whenever I try to pose dramatically like the cover of a romance novel. But if you know that going in, I will still do the modeling for you. Randy with long Fabio hair, right? Hey, Benjamin, how's it going? Hey, Pam. Hey, Sandra. Oh no! Hawk says, I had a really bad show at the Polo, Missouri show, but I was staying with friends and they had gone out for the night and I was watching you on an 80-inch screen. Oh my goodness, right on. Oh, pro. He says heat index 106 and still no AC. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Hey, April. It has been ages. Okay. So we are still cramming. Randy's actually in there making bracelets. We are just doing everything we can to get inventory made for Dragon Con. And so I'm still going to be keeping up with making stuff, doing the tutorials. So, Hotlanta, oh my gosh. Okay, what am I doing here? That's right. No Pants Friday for sure, bro. So, we'll go over how I built the structure and stuff on the next piece, because we will be doing another Tree of Life unless it takes me 2 hours to finish this one, which it shouldn't, but we shall see. So, the hard part about with how these are right now, like in this stage of Tree of Life, like in growing a Tree of Life, is just keeping all of the little wires sorted. Hey, Scarlet Fire. Hey, Yvette. Treat yourself indeed. I don't know why, but I got it in my heart today to watch an unreasonable amount of that polka song with a cat that's vibing to it in like the Kifnesses remix. And it's been glorious. And then I watched one where it was just a duck slapping a drum the whole time. Also a remix. Also glorious. So I apologize in advance to everyone just for having this stuck in my head, really. Woo! Witchy Gnome says, for being a free vending day, was hoping for some sales still. Where are all the people? Ooh, geez. Well, if it's quite hot, it might be. I mean, I'm gonna be frank with you. I wouldn't leave my house right now. It's hot out there. Hey, Michelle, how's it going? Hey, Stuffies. We in my camp today with the Tree of Life. Ooh, right on. I changed my name to Twisted Key. Oh, very cool. That'd be awesome. Okay, so I'm just kind of stitching around all the branches to the back. I'm going to see if I can zoom in just a little bit, but I don't want that to be like, typically when I zoom in, I just end up wandering out of frame anyways, so... Ooh, hey Silver, it is 5:09. We have been streaming for 9 minutes. So also my favorite way to texture branches is to twist a little far, like, to where I think the wire is going to be wrapped around the back. And then I untwist, and then I'll come through and stitch it. And this way I don't have to do all of the texturing with my pliers after grounding the edges out. Hey, Christina. Well, thank you. Honest to goodness, the lab does the hard work. Like, that's my roommate. Yep. That's probably my favorite thing about trees of life on a cabochon like this is if you have a pretty lab, it doesn't like it almost doesn't matter what your tree looks like. Like the lab just sells it on its own. Now, I mean, I do also have fun making the trees, but still. Ah, well, hey, art girl. Says, hope everyone has had a great week. So glad to be here. I'm always watching, but not commenting when you're saying hey. Kim says, what are you stitching into? Okay, so I'm going to be demonstrating how to do the frame here in a little bit, but I did the frame with an 18 gauge round and then wrapped this part with 18 gauge half round. Hey, Chibi. That's more or less on time, yeah. Oof. Goodness, Pamela, that's a bunch. Pam says, been working on trees for a week, had 25 to do. Oof. That's a bunch of wrapping. Ah, hey, Goldie. You can go ahead and cough it out, babe. I can hear him breathing in his water in there and trying to not cough. It's okay to cough. But yeah, so the nice little bit of texturing. And so, oh, she took a misstep on the last step of the stairs and rolled her ankle, but she is okay. The swelling is down significantly. We've been keeping ice on it, and Randy has been waiting on her hand and foot. Much to her dismay. Like, I'm an absolute total house cat whenever it comes to being, like, pampered and spoiled. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, if you want to bring me everything that I need and, like, fluff my pillows and stuff, that'd be great, too. But Maddie's very, like, independent and strong and stuff. And so it's like we're both doting on her, and she's just like, like, being very patient with us. But, it just she's resilient and healing well, and I'm proud of her. So yeah, so that's, and then we're using 26 gauge wire to um, sculpt the tree and just stitching around, and that's what holds the cab in place is all the branches. Ooh, right on. Ah, well, thanks, Heather. I'm glad you like what we do. I like doing it. Okay. So things can get a little jumbled together, and that's okay. So there we go. With, and also I burnt myself today. I don't know if y'all can see that, but right, Christina? Ooh, yeah. And honest to goodness, it's such a good strategy to watch and learn a whole bunch, even before you get your hands dirty with it. Just because having those ideas in your head and everything, and like, learning in theory, it can educate you a lot, and learning in practice can too. But it's really exciting to finally get to take what you've learned in theory and apply it. Trees of Life are the gateway drug to wire wrapping. Liz, I do think you're correct on that one. Yep. Right on, Anna. It's you'll get there. It's very difficult to say whether something's going to be beginner friendly or whether, oh, if you've got this down, then you'll have, such an easy time with this thing, because it doesn't always work out like that. But I believe in you, Anna. Hey, Sacre Bleu. Sacre Bleu. So now that I've done the texturing on those 6 branches, I'm going to just push some of these things out of the way. And then we start doing the stitching. And I like to do at least 4 wraps with each branch before moving on to the next. 2, 3, and 4. Now, also some shameless self-promotion. We do have some sizes and metal tones of Parawire for sale on our website as well, if y'all want to get some super juicy cabs and just lump it all together into one order. Shameless self-promotion. Oh my gosh, 99. Oh no! Seeker says it's dead out here and they promised food trucks. There are no food trucks. No. Ah. Pamela said started doing the roots like you do, too much wrapping the other way. Yeah, it's when I'm doing with chip beads, I like to start at the branches and I work my way down to the roots kind of that way. Um, but I do really like it this way, especially whenever I'm using oh goodness, what have I done? Oh bother. Oh, it's alright. It just got a little twisted was all. Oof, Christina. Ooh, the hematite parawire is very pretty. It's a wonderful kind of halfway point between their titanium and their black finished wire. Like mega goth. Well, mega goth potential. Oh bother. There we go. Ooh, Sandra says, any suggestions as to the best place to buy quality wire and other supplies? I really enjoy using Parawire stuff. It's affordable. It's enameled copper. They do have some silver filled and like, other stuff, but I really recommend to folks if, to start out on the enameled craft wire, just because that way you at least don't have to worry about the budget of you learning on sterling silver, and also it doesn't turn my skin green, and that's just parawire.com, like if you give them a Google. And then I also really like buying from Fire Mountain Gems, or at least searching through the Fire Mountain Gems catalog, because unless they change it, I'd hate to. Some of my favorite supply companies have been changing their websites lately, which like I get, but also oh my god, it's making me bonkers. I love the way that Fire Mountain Gems currently, as of last time I went to their website, has their catalog of beads organized. So even if you're not going to be buying from Fire Mountain Gems, it's just a good idea to go through and look at basically every single page of their website to familiarize yourself with standardized industry terms for like what a bicone is or what a bugle bead is, or different bead caps, and kind of seeing different gemstones. They have a really great gemstone variety, and that way you can look at beads by gemstone and see the different, whether it's called a pillow bead or a coin bead, or different things like that. Just familiarizing yourself can give you familiarizing yourself with the vocabulary, and can give you such a strong foundation for anywhere that you go and shop. um so that's probably like kind of just go and practice shopping. Ooh, right on, Liz. The glow in the dark stuff is nice. Did Ringlord stop selling the EDPM rings? Oh, I don't know. I haven't checked. I hope they haven't. Ooh. Oh, y'all are so kind. Okay, last one on this side. Oh, Jax. I was thinking of y'all today because we kind of all hide in the same room with the air conditioner going because we've been blowing almost a fuse a day if we keep uh, all the air conditioners going upstairs. And so I stepped out of the living room into the hall to go to the restroom and like come down and get ready for the live stream, and my glasses fogged up. And I was like, oh no. Oh, the size of the cab that I'm using, let's see, is roughly 30 by 60 millimeters. Ooh, right on. I would love to learn ceramics. Like, that's in my heart big time. But I want to go and take a class, and it's like $600 for the course, which is, I think, reasonable compared to what I've priced at other studios because all the tools and materials, like, are provided. You don't have to pay for the clay on top of the class. It's just for everything. And it's through the college in Joplin, but it's just having that kind of time commitment. But I don't know. I should try it for one of my 30 days of 30. That'd be really cool to do 30 pottery classes and see how it goes from, first class to 30th class. And this is better start clothing yourself, right? Well, we're coming in the next month or two to an end. Actually, it'll be in August. We'll have come to the end of a year of yoga. And one of the folks who follows me over there on the Vonster vlog had asked, they were like, so what's next? And I think I'm going to do a 30 day of 30 series where I'm not going to be posting daily. I'm going to be posting like the entire a video for that entire month or the entire 30 day, process. Because some of the things like 30 days of like 30 minutes on the flute, I'll be able to do that every day, more or less, just from our home. But stuff like pottery classes, that's dependent on other people's schedules so much. Ooh, hey, babe. Ooh, wait. Oh, he has made so many. This is like his production today. He is doing so good. Ooh, thank you, Rhonda. Thank you so much. Oh, right on, Liz. I don't know, I'm kind of excited about taking like an actual proper like class. Because I'm hoping that not just to learn how to be, decent at ceramics, but I'm hoping that I can learn from other teachers how to be a better teacher. Come here for a few months. The 3 credit is wicked cheaper. Oh, okay. Yeah, but the cost of living in your area is like way out of my budget, Kelly. Oh, and fireball hot in the sky. Ooh, Drax says there's a metalworking class starting next month. I'm thinking about attending. That would be so cool, Drax. Pretending to inches. Ah, right. Okay, so 30 millimeters is like 1.25 inches or so. And then 60 millimeters is 2.5 inches. Rough about. Eee, thank you, Nina. So we're just going to keep... Ooh, Anna says, that's what I went through teaching belly dance. Taking workshops were essential and knowing for my students was the best gift. Right on. Sabea says, I need to check out the local colleges for classes. Yeah, because I had kind of, after we paid off our student loan debt, I was like, I'm never doing that crap again. But it didn't occur to me that it's like, I don't necessarily have to go and get a degree. I can just go and take the classes that are pertinent to learn what I want to learn. So I'm really interested. I want to learn how to weld. I would like to take a carpentry class. Would be really cool. Like if I could learn more about like not becoming an electrician, but just like take a class or two on being an electrician. Just enough so I know how to zap myself real good. Or hopefully how to avoid zapping myself real good. Um, and then I don't know, I'm fairly decent at doing plumbing. But yeah, just all sorts of stuff. Like my brain is hungry. It hungers for learning. Pro says just become a career student. That's too rich for my blood. Ooh. Jax's mom says there have been a couple of events of making polyclay stuff at local breweries. Nice. That's definitely one of the big perks of living in a city that we just don't get in the rural towns that we like to live in. But also, I've never had to sit in traffic when we're at home, so there's that. And some wicked supernatural classes I want to take, plus art classes too. Right on. Oh, well, thank you, Sirius. That's very kind of you. Have you ever used titanium finished copper wire? Does it tarnish? Okay, so the titanium toned parawire is actually probably my favorite tone. It's not quite as bright of a, like, this is woven from parawire's silver wire, like silver plated copper. And you can see how kind of bright it is next to the titanium tone, whereas this piece here was wrapped in the titanium toned parawire. So I kind of like it. It's a little bit more of like a steel silver. I feel like I did the branches a little too heavy down here, and then they got thinner up at the top. Like I kind of wanted to have it be the reverse, but better luck next time. Hopefully somebody will love this one. It does, Brooke. It looks a little like pewter. Whoops. Burnt roast, baby. Hey, Elijah, how's it going? Oof. Sorry, it's to try to stay in frame. I like lean on my arms really hard onto the table. So I'm going to kind of just relax it out a little bit. Ooh, gotta hydrate. Right on, Elijah. Drop something, please. Well, I dropped my pliers just a bit ago, and they're pretty super durable, Pro. Hey, Jenny. Where I am, you can take classes at the public schools at night. Ooh, right on. And a lot of it could just be I don't have a whole lot of awareness about things that are available in my area. But my biggest hang up, y'all, is I hate leaving my house. Like, all of my stuff's here. like I'm not agoraphobic or anything. I just I can just really empathize. Eee, sounds like this ate a big bug. What? And it says peopling is hard. Yep. There we go. And And so I do like to, it can save a little bit of time to just start treating your pliers like they're an extension of your hand. It can take a little while to get the hang of it, but it's really nice once you do get a little bit of the hang of it. And again, just doing those 4 stitches per branch. And I wait to trim the branches until after I've done the final shaping, and I'll show you what I mean by that here in a sec. Got literally 8 more stitches. Right, Sherry? Well, for the most part, I know where everything is. It's not single ply toilet paper in the bathroom, like going out into public. Hey, Penny Van, I can have snacks anytime I want. My doggies are here. Like, honestly, I don't see much of a reason to go out most of the time. So, right on. Be the pliers. Oh, for all of our Happy Crafter Club members and anybody interested, tonight's after party isn't going to start until 8 p.m. We're house sitting for our friends and we need to go check on their doggies. So we got to give ourselves a little bit more time. There we go. So now the next step before I start trimming all of these back wires is I want to come through. Oops, I think I'm going to leave the trunk. Nah, okay. I was going to leave the trunk nice and straight on this one, but I really like having just a little bit of a wiggle. Oh yeah. Wiggle, wiggle. I emailed you the link about some new wire wrapping pliers coming out. Yes. I had actually gotten it. Thank you for sending me that email, Penny. I had gotten an email from the inventor of those pliers asking if I would review them, and I hadn't heard back. But they looked like definitely invented by a wire wrapper for wire wrappers. I think it's going to be a really handy tool to have out on the market. But yeah, so I'm just coming through, doing a little bit of tweaking and smushing. I just want to give, unless you're going for a tree design that intentionally has very straight branches, I like to come through and give it a good old squiggle. Squiggle wiggle. Do 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 do. Squiggle wiggle. They're very similar in concept to, it's like if these 2 pliers had a cousin. So how this is narrow, like they're the same from the side, but it has the chunks taken out on both sides. If you envision that it just has the chunks taken out on one side. Ooh, 3 handle choices, nice. And honest to goodness, I saw them and I was like, I'd probably love to use those for chainmail too. But yeah, so doing that little bit of squiggling and texturing and stuff can pull just a little bit of wire. And so I really like having this extra here. That way I can control control where the final cut is going to be. Oops. But yeah, I just want to make sure that there's not a whole lot of wire that hasn't been touched by my pliers. Like, I want to give all of these pieces some texture and character. But yeah, just coming through, spacing it out. Onomatopoeia says, does that step work harden the wire, or is it not enough movement? It doesn't not work harden it. Like, I'm sure, and any movement of the wire is going to lend a little bit of work hardening. But I wouldn't consider this enough to keep to, like, I'd still go through and maybe press and squish, or, you know, if you haven't put the stone in yet, I would still maybe tap it with a nylon headed hammer. Um, if you're worried about work hardening. Now, this something that I feel like is more applicable for a piece like this beyond work hardening is just removing any slack, because if there's no slack in the wire, then it's a lot less likely to snag stuff and get pulled away. And so the hardness doesn't, like, the hardness stops mattering as much as just the security of it. Oh my gosh, Pro, that's actually brilliant. But yeah, still just getting in there, spreading the branches around. You beat it with a hammer. That's right. Hey, Edens. The tree is made out of wire. And I'm going to be making at least one other one. They take me a while, but I'm going to be making another one during the stream from the beginning. And so this one I'd started earlier today. And now, what on earth, there we go, is happening here? This way, it's a little bit backwards, but you get to see the finish before the start. There we go. Last 4 branches to tweak before Wrap Maker Pliers will be the name. That's so cool, Penny. Ah, 1 branch at a time, though, Elijah. The trees are an excellent practice in patience and kind of not moving the goalpost, but just treating it like each branch is a miniature project of its own. And I swear if I stab myself with my pliers one more time, I'm going to start losing my mind. There we go. So it's like, woo, did another branch. And that way, I don't know, my brain needs dopamine constantly. So it's like, can we accomplish something, please? And so I'm like, boom, did it, another one. And my brain's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is fun. So there's that. Hey, Amanda. Night night to you. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Uh-oh, here comes a sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, and I kicked the tripod a bunch. Okay. Okay. So now, I'm going to come through and we're going to do our initial cut, and we're going to make it really tight in. Like, let me see if I can't zoom here. Oh, thank you. And it says patient. I'm already so patient. Yeah, I could always do with more patience, personally. My patience muscle is one that needs exercised constantly. So I'm getting in there kind of as tight as I can, being very careful to not cut the wrong wire. So just getting in nice and close. There we are. And I save all of these little bits of wire because they are going to melt down just fine. There we go. Right. Really, Tim? I bet you'd do amazing Trees of Life, man. Ooh. Fog equals power. Bro. There we go. And now we're going to do the other side. But we're not done yet. There we go. See, I'm getting in there nice and tight. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I've been in talk chat on my phone this whole time. I'm so sorry. Okay. So, you can kind of see there's still all these little pokey bits poking out and about. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my petite nosed pliers, like my petite bent nosed, and I'm going to come in and I'm just going to smush these down to the wire, like to the core wire. Oops. And this is probably the part that's hardest with my eyesight, but that's okay. And sometimes you'll get ones like this one that's just poking out that way now, but that's what I like to use the rounded backs of my larger pliers. And then I'll come through and just burnish those tips down even more. So yeah, here you can see a good example. I know that it's blurry, but bro, I'd be sitting in the fridge, man. Okay, and so yeah, this is why I like my petite nose. It's because I can actually fit them in between, and I'm just smushing on around. There we go. And again, we want to burnish them in, so I start from the back side and just burnish around. And what I mean by that is I'm just kind of taking it and rubbing the surface. Just slow and steady, Anna. Okay. Now, before we get too hard into finishing it, though, I'm going to do this side, and then I'm going to show you the trick that hides these little pokey ends. But yeah, the best tip that I can give about even stitches is to, like on your coiling or wrapping like this, anything that ends up making a coil, is the closer you can get it to being in its final location when you're doing that first coil, the better a result you're going to have. Oh goodness, Michelle, sitting in front of your heater. Okay, so now I'm going to take my flat nose pliers, and you can see here on the edge how whenever we've wrapped around, there's this little bit of looseness there. So I'm going to put the tree face down on the table, and I'm just going to press in with my plier tip. And what this is doing is it's cinching in the wire on the back just enough that it's tucking our wire into where it's not going to be touching our skin. So if you can see the difference between this side and this side. So see how that's kind of like poofed out? Hey Megan, how's it going? No heater required ever. Oh goodness, Edmonds. Okay, so now I'm going to do that same thing on the other side. Just making sure to hit every single wire. Like, it's tedious and a lot if you zoom out and look at the big project the whole time, but if you zoom in and just look at it one wire by wire. Oh, Nightbot is our robot overlord that, it's just a program that Randy uses that posts links on a timer for us. That way I don't really have to think about this shameless self-promotion. Ooh, Hamzilla says, does the wire damage the rock in the long term? It depends on the stone. Very soft stones, some shells, things like that. If the wire is loose and there's movement, you're going to get a little bit of rubbing between the metal and the stone. And that's why, regardless of what I'm using, whether it's resin, glass, or gemstone, I try to make sure that, that there's no wiggling. You'll get a buttload of traffic, not only from Mr. McIntosh, but also Beatsmith. Right on. We'll have to see what their, I try to not do, like, official stuff with companies like that, even though it would probably be really good for the channel, just because I can't be trusted to behave myself, and I really don't want to, make an ass out of myself on somebody else's time, if that makes sense. Okay, so that is how, and you just rub it, I rub it with my hands a bunch to make sure there's no pokey bits. And now for the bail, I'm going to use the 6mm mandrel on my mandrel pliers that have an ant on them. This has been the worst year for ants. Like, they keep coming in looking for moisture. Ah, right on. That's a good idea, Penny. And then, so I've split the 18 gauge. Hey Kay, how's it going? Sup, Mary Heart? What am I kidding about? There we go. And I'm just twisting this around. There we go. Oh, the ants, gotcha. Hey, Mary. And now I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut just at an angle right there. And from here, I like to take the end of my wire and just tuck it in to the bail. There we go. And then I'm gonna splay that open just a bit. They can be a little bit of a feat of endurance. Mary, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay. And then I'm just gonna do a little bit of final shaping. There we go. Grayish white lizards. I prefer lizards over ants, actually. Just because if I've got 1,000 lizards in my kitchen, that's actually pretty cool. I can at least vlog about it. Whereas if I just have 1,000 ants in my kitchen, it's just annoying. Oh, I have no idea. Like 75, maybe? I don't know. Hey, baby. What's up, my love? What's that?
You build a net and you place it over the stone.
Uh-huh.
And then you can come in and drag those down if you want. It becomes a spider web.
Ah. Oh, that would look so cool as a prom
Right?
setting.
That
Babe,
was my dream blast.
can I show them?
No, you can make it yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna keep doing trees today, but I want to. He just came over with a design that I think will be really cool. It's like a, gosh, almost like a Viking knit spider web prong bezel. Oh. I don't know, like 30 pounds. Probably about 30 pounds. It weighs 30 pounds. Yep. All of the lizards here that eat all the bugs. Right on. Oh, a lizard, Andrea. It weighs about 3 bananas. Okay, so.
There is no way that weighs 3 bananas.
Well, I mean, if they're little bananas.
European bananas?
European banana. Oh, I love that. A medium potato. Yes, this is how the back looks. That's what I was doing. I need to do some texturing in the roots. Just cause it makes me happy. Happy Vaughn. It's a happy Vaughn. There we go. Just a little bit of a squiggle to make it look like I tried. And that's my shit. Roll its butt on the table. There we go. Okay, so next tree we're going to be doing, we get to pick from this box. And I'm not going to unwrap them. Or maybe one large plantain. So, tell me when. Liz says far right bottom. There we go. Ooh, that one's gonna be nice, Liz. And Yvette seconded it. So, yeah, definitely wrapping that one. Okay. Y'all ready for this? Ooh. So, these are all wrapped in, like, Five Guys napkins. Because this was the box of projects that I had taken camping with me. Okay. So trying to decide if it should be point up or point down. Wow. And I always try it from, here's one angle, because different lighting is going to give different things away about the stone. Yeah, I think it needs wrapped like this. This is tricky. All right. Moment of truth time. I gotta use my boobs. Give me a sec. And it's for science, too. I'm not just being weird. Okay, so. Whoops. When in doubt, boob it out. We're just gonna use the power of sunblock to hold this. Okay, so there's point down. Oh, that's pretty. And now let's try it point up. Ha! Point up. That's happening. Okay. So.
Point down really brings the eye down.
Well, yeah. It does, but that flash though, and that's the biggest thing is whenever, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. My biggest motivator is which way is sitting on the display, is it going to catch the light best whenever you could see a lot more of the blue with the point down, but it just kind of comes across the back there, like whereas the whole thing lights up, and when people are just walking by in the booth, whenever we're in our booth at Dragon, that's what they're gonna see. So that's why I'm going for that route. I personally prefer the shape of point down, but for this one, for that flash, and also I would go a different route with it if I were selling it in an auction, like here online, where I can be focusing on just that one piece, but just trying to figure out how I can min-max every little detail to get the to get customers to notice it and give me money because I have bills. So it's opalite. It's the one that I'm wearing is opalite, amethyst, and labradorite, but the focal point on it is the gosh, that's just so pretty though. Okay, so now we get to ask ourselves, silver, copper, or bronze. All about that flash, no money. I ain't got no cash, ain't got cash. I think the titanium's gonna be nice too. Yep. And it fits in with my rotation for, because I'll do like, to keep me from focusing. It does, Sparky. It does. I was thinking about making this one like a 3 tree though. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So I'm work hardening. Oh, come on. Why you no zoom out more? I know you can zoom out more than that. Alright, well now you're just being obnoxious. Okay. So I'm pulling off about 15 inches of bronze and titanium. Now I'm digging that. Let me get some water. Do you use gold plated ever? I do not typically because it doesn't sell well for me. Um, it's I think because we do a lot of indoor events and it's fluorescent lighting, it makes the gold toned stuff look a little fake and tacky. Whereas I think it looks beautiful out under like natural sunlight and stuff, or if I were using like an antiqued brass. But I just, if we go, used to, or at least whenever we'd go and do an event, um, it would feel like all we had left at the end of the show would be the gold toned stuff. So, okay. So we have 12, 13, 14, about 15 inches of wire here. And I'm just going to grab whatever is closest to me and roughly the shape of the tree or stone. Now, that'd be good if we were doing a frame, but I want to do a... Here's my lotion bottle. So I'm going to use the neck of my lotion bottle. Give me a sec. I really thought I'd be able to get the camera to zoom out more, but I was wrong. Yeah, it is rough. Now, I do like Parawire's champagne toned wire mixed in with vintage bronze to give it just a little bit of... Wow, the sizing on that came out like perfect. Just to give it a little bit more of like a steampunky pop. It makes me smell like a dessert. But I like it. Okay. So I just want a little bit of a margin. It's a little close on the edges here. There we go. So now I'm going to come in and do a bend. And then do a bend. And I just want to get that wrapped because this is just, it's what we're going to be anchoring the tree to. Yeah, Palmer's cocoa butter formula with vitamin E. I don't know, if I use it, sometimes it beads up on my skin and makes it like gross. So it's not my favorite. Like I personally prefer skin oils, just because I'm like mega dehydrated. Apparently, like my skin's always dry. And then I'm going to pull off about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of the 18 gauge half round. And then we're just going to get this wrapped around. Hey, Rosalie, how's it going? Mixed metal wrapping. Do those pieces sell well? Yes. Like, it's, I don't know, sometimes nothing sells well, and sometimes everything sells well, and every little bit of the spectrum in between. So, this wire that I'm wrapping with currently is half round. And you can tell that because this side has that flash to it, and then this side has, you can see the difference. So that's the round side, and that's the flat side. That's okay, pro. It is good for feet, Yvette. And I'm just getting that smushed. Oh no, Kit. And then I'm going to push that down to the tip. And then we are just going to continue wrapping this. And I want to make sure I'm not twisting my core wires. Sorry, that was just a funny interaction. And the nice thing about making your own jewelry, you guys, is you can make it exactly the way that you want. Now, we do sell some different, like this is actually chosen from what we had curated for on our website. Whenever Randy picks the cabs that we're going to be putting up for sale each week, he will take some out and be like, this, we're using this in our work. And so we tried to post the same quality of cabs onto our website as what we use in our own work. And that way you can get exactly what you're looking for. And then wrap it in whatever color you like. Ah, got you, Kit. Yeah, there's not really a way of going back and inserting them without disassembling. And so there we have our pendant. We can always choose to scooch this up a little bit if we need to, but it can stay down for now. Ooh, Hamzilla says, you ever use colored wire? Sometimes. I like some of the, like, darker colors. Like, they have a really nice dark, like, evergreen green tone. But, and their blues are really nice, too. I don't know, it's a really nice, like, kind of pop and accent. It does look a little bit like a noose. Oh, hey, Happy Hands says, I've been watching you for a few years now, but never caught you live. I'm from England. Right on. Well, I'm glad you like what we do. Okay. Okay. So now for the tree, I'm going to be doing a combination of bronze and silver. Amy, Vaughn trying to rap and speak versus us backseat rappers in the chat shouting to rap it this way and that. Well, joke's on y'all. I can't read. So But no, and it's difficult because I never want to be like, hey, what should I do on this piece? Well, that's too bad because I'm doing this. Like, that's not why I like. I do value y'all's input, but once I've picked the route we go on, that's the route I go on. So I'm gonna be doing 9 of the bronze and 9 of the silver for the branches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sticks to her wires. Well, no, it's I listened to y'all about which stone to pick at least. But it's there's no way to make everybody happy, so all we can do is make our own selves happy. Yeah, but my creepy finger. Creepy. Figure I can whip it out in the live streams. Still put a band-aid on its head whenever I'm doing tutorials, though. That way I don't scare the children. This is, yeah, Cindy, this is 26 gauge wire. It's doing a lot better. And I've lost count, but that's fine. So let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because I'm not sure if I want the density of this tree. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we will do 8 and 7. So there's 8 of the vintage bronze in 26 gauge. And now I'm going to try to find my 26 gauge in titanium. There it is. Right on. The wire pieces that I'm using are about 14 inches long. So there's 1. Wow. Well, I'm glad you're getting some rain. 2. It was so wet here that farmers weren't even able to put in their crops, and now with it being so hot, I'm just worried about the crops this year. 2, 3. 4, 5. All right, on Happy Hands. It's a lot of fun making videos, isn't it? Oh no, Sparky. Put little eyes on your fingers. It won't scare the children. No. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2 more. 6 and 7. Okay. You alright, babe? Oh, okay. Okay. So now... Wait, what are you counting? You're antagonizing, aren't you? What? What? He says. Well, I believe that. Hey, Misty, how's it going? Woo! Have a great rest of your day, Drax. Enjoy that air conditioning. So now I am just giving this a shuffle and finding rough about the middle of the wire. And then I'm going to thread all of these through the frame, and I'm going to twist and then thread all of these through the frame again. So just like that. And now I'm going to take half from each section, and I'm going to do, there's 2 twists, and then I'm going to layer that in, and I'm going to layer that in, because I want to, it's like a French braid, you want to layer it in with where it would naturally be laying, so that we don't get any like weird crisscrosses or anything. And now I'm going to go like twist, twist, twist. And this is where I'm going to be taking our cab, positioning it, and then I'm going to hold quite firmly. I'm only paying attention to down here at the bottom. I want to make sure there's a little bit of that margin right there, and then I'm going to push up and around. So there's that. I'm going to do one more twist, And then let's branch off 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I try to make sure that they're clustered together. Oh, that's too far in. Yee. There we go. So there's 4. And then I'm going to do 4 on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to do a twist. Bonk. And let's go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're gonna do, yeah, 4 on this side. There we go. Thank you, baby. And then we're gonna go like twist. Let me check the spacing, because at this point, it's not too late to change anything. Yeah. And I'm gonna bring it up a second twist. Just because this branching is probably going to come down just a little bit that way. Yeah, it's Randy letting... I don't know if that was Sam and Z, or if one of the dogs is keeping Maddie company upstairs. I don't know where my children are. And then splitting off 4. There we go. And then... Actually, let's do 3 on that one. And then we'll do 3 on this one. Getting those wires untangled from each other. And then from here, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4, now we'll do 3. That doesn't quite work, does it? One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. Alright, baby. I'm gonna trade that one with that one. No. There we go. And what I'm shooting for here is I want this to be a clean, like, laying together. Oh, you're good, Misty. And so I'm gonna just come in here and twist, twist. 3. I want to check the length. Oh yeah, we could definitely get away. We'll grow the branches out just a little bit further. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to untwist this part. I need to take more of the branches up a little higher. So we will just do 2 on that side and 2 on this side. There we go. There's twist, twist, twist. Yeah, that'll be good. And then twist, twist, twist. Okay, and now we get to start in on the, how many strands of wire? 15 strands. And then they're folded in half down at the base, so that gives me 30 branches. And I'm finding that seems to be what I enjoy a lot. Like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 28, 29, 30. So this one had 32 branches. I think that came out pretty solid looking. And then this one, I think, had like 34 or 36. But I wanted to make this one a little bit more sparse since we are tapering off at the top. So from here, I'm just going to take and we twist. And I'm going about 7 twists out, and then I just pull it off to the end. And I twist the same way each time. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pull that out of the way. Then come in right here. Like, you do not have to coddle the branches either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pulling it out of the way. And now whenever I do 3, I'm going to twist all 3 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm going to twist these guys off. Like that. Just splitting the branch that way. Hey Gary, how's it going? Okay, so again, just twist in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, just pulling them all off to the side, get them out of the way. Chaos can ensue! Okay, and so this one I'm splitting it into 2 of 2. 2 sections of 2 wires each. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now let's do 7. And I've just picked numbers. Like, hopefully this will get me the lengths I'm looking for. 3, 5, 6, 7. It's kind of durable. I mean, maybe a little durable. Yeah, but like this is gonna be like moving around all weird and stuff. Just ignore it. Pro. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this side as well. So there's our 2 and 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, hey Wanda, how's it going? Can't get over that duck that plays that drum with his feet. Just his little slappy duck feet. 5, 6, 7. Wanda says I am tired. I believe it. Good tired, I hope. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, well, we might be pretty sold out. The 18 gauge might be the only thing that we have right now. I'll have to double check the website. Randy's been keeping on top of all that stuff for me. Okay. So there's a twist. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then twist. 2, 3, 4, 5. Twist. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, right on. Well, Randy's coming downstairs now, so I'll have to ask him about it. Hey, babe. Is everything okay? Do we have more than just 18 gauge on the website for sale?
Surely so.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna refresh this back and then...
Okay. Well, thank you, honey. Okay, so now that we've kind of Hello, minion. There we go. That's more or less the shape that we're looking for. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and pull this up past. That way there can be enough to make the bail. Okay, and now I like to start from the top of the tree. I'm just going to get it grounded. So just hooking through, and I build the branches off towards, like I'm going to be building the coils away from the center line. For no other reason than that's just where more open space tends to be. So it's easier for me to get the wire and my pliers through. Ah, parawire. Yeah. Auto. Whoops. Super durable, thank goodness. So this would be the time to use some tape if I were about that. I don't have any, so I'm not going to be using any, but tape would definitely be a good way to go just around the booty to keep the stone in. I don't know why I prefer torturing myself, but here we are. And again, I tend to do at least 4 stitches. And they don't have to be super tight on those first top branches, but I am going to do one on one side of the tip and one on the other. Eee! Happy minion. She's a happy minion. Oops. Oh, hey, Donna. So what all sort of stuff are y'all working on today or this weekend? I'm thinking of you, Witch Gnome. I hope y'all are having mega good sales right now. Maybe as the sun goes down, sales will pick up. Then I'm just going to twist kind of loosely out to the edge of the stone, and then I'm going to untwist. Right on, April. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hello, my love. I'm still not going to use it, though, but thank you. Well, I just finished the step where it's not going to fall out anymore. He's the sweetest. Like, he is good egg. Yeah. I hear you, Mary. There's my same dog limping up the stairs. You just finished a board meeting about our website. Board meeting equals me and the minion. Nice. Well, I hope some good executive decisions were made by you and the minion. Ah, right on, Sherry. Sherry says making wire wrapped beads from your tutorial this week. Nice. Tasher says I just got my order in from the ring lord and I'm having a hard time accepting that I'm but one person capable of making one thing at a time. Bah. Live in rebellion. Cindy says gotta water plants and feed them. Vegas in August. Ooh, right on. Hey, baby.
She up there playing Peggle.
What?
She's brushing up on her skills.
Right on, Lynn. Very cool, Cirrus. No good decisions here, but we fake it pretty well. Nice. And honestly, same. Okay, so I do like to work symmetrically down the sides of the tree, just to try to keep my frame from going too far off center in one direction or the other. And I'm not minding a bit if the branches go up into the bale stem area. So there's 2 stitches. There we go. There's 3 stitches. And another reason of why I don't trim my wire is I may decide that I want to go back in and fill in with more than just the 4 stitches. Sorry, I just realized I wasn't in frame. Going to make a bracelet for my sweeties in last week's video. Right on. Do y'all want a sneaky peeky of what our next tutorial is going to be on? You okay, baby?
Yeah.
You breathe in your water again? More or less? Something like that. He has a drinking problem. It keeps going into his lungs. Like, oops. Okay. I am going to go ahead and use some of this tape that Randy so kindly brought me. If nothing else than for demonstrative purposes. Oh, well, thanks, Marie. Okay, where was I? Oh, no. Okay, see, this is when I don't typically use tape. Let me tear off some of this tape. There we go. We can just kind of peel it back. Now, also, something that we may be able to do, just to fill it in a little bit over here, could be to, well, I'll use this wire here. So I'm going to come through right there. But you can almost splice it in. So if you can see, and now if we follow through and in, and kind of just weave it back down the branch. So now from there we'll want to make sure that we're weaving it down the trunk. And I typically, whoopsie, don't do this. I swear this never happens. Unless I have a spot that's just particularly bare. And so now from here, we can bring this down. And I may actually use this to then, okay, tape's in the way. Come around this branch, we can have this exit. Oop, not even in frame. Okay. Bye, Lynn. Thanks for coming by. Oh, that's the wrong way anyhow. Okay. So, of course, you want to make sure that it's going in the same direction as all of your other wrapping. So just twisting up and around. And so it can be a little bit more work. I'm going to zoom back out. This is tricky. We are having an after party today, organic. Now, it's not starting until about 8 p.m. So right now it's 6:36 my time. So it's 8 p.m. Central. So whatever time that is for y'all. And so now we don't have to worry about that wire pulling out. It may be a little hard to stitch into the back, but it helped beef up right there, and I'll take it. Oh, I didn't show a sneak peek. Sorry. I was like, hey, you want to see it? Ain't that a shame? Or what's it Maddie says, how does it feel to want? But no, let me find it. I wouldn't do that to y'all. Okay, so y'all recognize these beads from our most recent tutorial. Well, next week's tutorial is touching a little bit on something we've done previously, but bringing it into necklace form. And I'm really, really pleased with how that's come out. And I'm also working on a Celtic version where it's got a Celtic like triquetra instead of a gear. But yeah, it came out pretty good, I think. Tashers. Hey, Robin. Shizvon, did you send out my order yet? I don't believe that we have. We've been waiting on some shipping supplies to arrive, and so usually we'll ship Mondays and Thursdays, but this week's gotten pushed back. So if we don't get it out tomorrow morning, then it'll have to be on Monday. If the post office is open on Monday. But typically, like, we always send out an email that will have your tracking information, Robin. Ah, well, thanks, Heather. Yes, I did. The little silver round beads. Ah, well, thanks, guys. Okay. So now begins the long process of stitching on all the stinking branches. Well, I know our city hall is closed on Monday for Juneteenth, but I don't know if the post office will still be running. Right on, Robin. Oof, pro. Well, at least the sun's setting. Or starting to. So, first impressions about your work whenever you're working on it are often misleading because right now it looks stringy and dingy and dumb. I don't like it up at the top. but it's not done yet. And you don't get a flower to bloom by yelling at it. So instead of looking at my work and being like, ugh, I suck at this and giving up, what we do here is we power through until it's not funny looking anymore. So almost every single wire wrapped piece I have ever worked on has an ugly duckling stage where it's not looking like how I had wanted it to. I don't know what to do to get it to be correct, but we will get there, you guys. So and I say that because a lot of y'all have emailed me and been like, oh my god, I hate this piece, like what can I do to make it better? And I'm like, the main response that I usually give is you can finish it. Like, take that piece the rest of the way until it's done. Tidy up your ends, finish off your weaving. Like, what, don't judge your book before it's done being writ. Like, you're gonna get it done, do some editing, you'll get there. So, but it really is, it's a patience game and it's a feat of endurance. So it is okay to set a project down and walk away from it if you need a little break, but just take a chance on yourself and finish the project. Because even if you still hate it, you've finished it, which is an accomplishment in and of itself. You'll have learned that you are capable of finishing and completing a project. Because sometimes, like, if I'm on like a nasty streak of just not finishing projects, that becomes my new reality, and my brain's like, you never finish anything. Why are you even blah, blah, blah? Like, just kind of railing into myself, and it's like, well, really, if I can give my brain some ammunition against those negative thought cycles, that's a great tool to give ourselves. So even if you don't think it doesn't have to be perfect, just get it done. Nina says, can you come to my house and tell me that? You can rewind it and turn the volume up. I'm on repeat for free. But no, just finish the project. And that's the biggest thing too, is like, regardless of what it is that you're doing, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just do it. Just get it done. Because it's like, I've been hitting myself with that for chores. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just do something. Just get that task done. The whole house doesn't have to be clean. I just have to have put the laundry into the hamper. Stinking branches. Bye, Marie. Have a great rest of your night. Oh, Edens. I love the Fly Lady. Even imperfectly done chores, still bless your family. Speaking of flies, there's one buzzing around. But no, I've been trying to do the shined sink thing, and it's been helping a lot. There we go. There we go. So again, I want to keep this centered, so I've built up some on one side. I'm going to build up some on the other side as well. Eee! Gotcha, Kit. Very industrious this Friday evening. Three, 4, let's do 5, why not? It's a nice round number. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna come through. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nope, missed it. Oh, we were chugging along so nice. Right up until we weren't. There we go. Yeah, never done making rainbows. Hawk says, I like the Fly Lady as well. I stopped watching her for a while, though. Honest to goodness, I haven't checked into her content in like 3 or 4 years. But little bits and pieces, they stick. Oops. Oh, I guess it was 2 years ago, because I got really heavy into zone cleaning at the beginning of 2021. That might have been the beginning of 2022. No, it was 2021. And, and it was good. It was just hard to keep up with. It was a 3-story house. Plus trying to juggle the garden into everything. Yeah. Well, it's honestly, Hawk, like, I get that. Like, in my business, I get that too. And I try really hard to, it's a struggle because at a certain point, it's like, you know, I don't know how to articulate it. Everybody's hustling and running their businesses and stuff, and it gets to a point where it's like, you know, when does it become okay for me to ride on my own coattails? And we've got over 800 tutorials here on YouTube, not even live streams, just tutorials. And but I don't want to just stop making tutorials and then do our weekly shop updates. So it's like, well, we do limit our shameless self promotion to just one video a week, and like countless plugs in every video and stuff. But I try to not be too hyper aware and like get up in my own head too much about over marketing. But it's because it's a slippery slope. Like, you keep pushing what people's expectation of how much they're being sold to, because I don't want y'all to come here and think that I just want you here so I can try to sell you stuff on Fridays. Like, this is my social time. Like, this is hanging out. I still take $1, but and so I try to be like very transparent and upfront about that, and keep a decent mix, like 80/20, 20% marketing crap, 80% happy crafting. Oh, that it's even if you do nothing else in your kitchen, just get your sink cleaned, like do dishes to a shined sink so that the sink is empty and cleaned and there's no water droplets in it and it's just a bright, shiny start to tomorrow. Like, if you're like me and a self-mediating hoarder who's trying to make it look like humans live in my house, Fly Lady can be really, really helpful. Andrea says, I've never felt like I'm being sold, Vaughn. That's really... Sorry, my first impulse was to be like, excellent. But no, really, like, I'm glad that uh I'm glad that you don't feel like I'm just trying to sell to you, because this is not a slap chop infomercial. Um I think the FLY is first love yourself, but I don't know, definitely check it out. So we're just gonna keep shaping around. And you can see it's still distorted out to the edges, but that's acceptable. You're gonna love these nuts, Sabea. Oh, finally love yourself. Okay. I like that, Nicole. And I love her logo, that it's like a little character, like cartoon character, presumably of her, with like little fly fairy wings on. All right, Annalika. It's if we won the lottery and didn't have to worry about bills to pay, I would still do tutorials because I love teaching and learning and just like connecting with other crafty kindred spirits. Um, but it's yeah, we do our fair share of shameless self promotion. Speaking of which, it's coming up on that time of night that we're fixing to go over and have the after party. Now that we've talked so much about how I'm not trying to sell y'all things, I'm going to take the next couple of minutes to try to sell y'all on the concept of coming and hanging out in our Happy Crafter Club, $1 and up on our website or on Patreon. And you get a 20% off coupon to our store that you can use as much as you want on just about everything. It's not applicable for on our auction items or whenever we're doing custom work, but we don't have any of that listed on the website right now, anyways. So it's basically you get a 20% off discount to our entire store. Digital download access, so like all of our leatherworking templates and like the whopping 2 written tutorials that I have. And it's a really great way of supporting the channel, but I need all y'all to know you do not have to sign up for a Happy Crafter Club. Like, y'all don't get preferential treatment, like, here in the public live streams or anything like that. Like, the best way you guys can support our channel is to take care of you first. We understand very much that times are tough, and just existing is very, very expensive right now. So just you being you and you being here, enjoying yourself, that's the best way to support our channel. If you want to throw $1 my way, that's awesome, but please don't feel obligated or pressured or anything like that. Oh, I'm supposed to be doing it on the other side as well. We were really chugging along there though, weren't we? A whole dollar. So for 25 cents a week, you get an extra like hour to 2 hours of live stream. And Randy's doing the Sarah McLachlan song. In the eyes of a crafter, really, babe? That's beautiful. I can take my glasses off, that way my eye goes lazy. Yeah.
I don't know.
Randy's doing a lot better. He says he's at 99.9%. We still got a little bit of a cough, but I think that's because he keeps choking on his drink. Um, Come and rap with me in the back of my craft room, up to our ears in beats. Yeah, I'm glad it's getting better too. It's getting a little long. I need to trim it before. What happened last time is I was like pulling the blanket up and like my hand into the wall and it like pushed the nail up and I had this like huge blood blister and it was just horrifying. And it hurt. But I was like, I can't have that on camera. YouTube will flag me for gore or something. Hey Beth, how's it going? But if you don't pay, you will never see how this tree is finished. Nah, I'll be posting it to Instagram. I desperately need content from the social media platforms. Like, I guess, I don't know. That's what the algorithm tells me. Yeah, I kind of like that with the two-tone. It's a bit different. Oh, Sparky's Randy had gotten, he talked for like 5 hours nonstop, which is very unlike him, because we were playing D&D, and then, so like his throat was just all torn up, uh, He had like kind of like lost his voice, and but he's doing better. There we go. I don't know, there's a big, like, I'm real thankful that a lot of y'all are over on social media and, like, engage with our posts and stuff, because otherwise, like, I would just be so bored of posting to social media, but I like going around and, like, I like sneak and will look at y'all's profiles and, like, look at your stuff and everything. But, the folks who come through and, like and comment on our posts, and so it's really nice to get to see what y'all are working on, because otherwise social media is so, like, I mean, I have to do it in the, we have a business and it's kind of expected of businesses to have a social media presence. But it's like, I don't want to make content. I want to make stuff and have fun and share that process with y'all, not be like, gotta bust out a reel. Like, no, I'm not. It makes me so tired. I am a lurker. I'm a mega lurker whenever it comes to online stuff. Like, I don't typically click like on things. I don't leave comments typically, unless like somebody tagged me in something. Um, but yeah, I just go through and do a little peek see. Practice will make progress, Mary. Because a lot of it is right now, the only thing I am paying attention to is just stitching along this edge. I'm not looking at whether or not anything with the tree, that's not that part of the tree's turn yet. I'm just going to do 4, and then, bugger, I'll do these last 2. And make your life a little easier on yourself. Stick your fingernail in there and, like, open up that back frame wire, or, like, use, like, a dull pocket knife or a pin needle or something. Like, you don't have to fight to get the wire through. But yeah, it's to make the nice, even coiling. Just make sure that your positioning and tension is as close to how you want it, the final result to be. Because, like, if I went through and did all of my stitching, like, really wide, like that one, and then tried to cinch it in, like, I'd have to really pull on it to make sure that it stays nice and tight. And, there's a bunch of different avenues of getting to the same end destination when it comes to crafting. But I found that if I just stay a little more consistent right from the beginning. Oh, I think the puppy's upset that he can't get into Maddie's room. Hey, Sam. Hey, it's Sam Dog. He's such a good dog. He's my big good dog. Oh yeah, getting them scratches. Okay. There we go. And now I'm going to do these last 4. So there's 1, 2. My fingers are getting sore, so I'm going to go back to using the pliers. There's 3. 4. Okay, so just a reminder real quick, the after party, instead of starting at 7:30, is going to be starting at 8, because we're house sitting for our friends and we need to go and check on their doggos. But keep an eye out in your inbox, because we will be emailing the streaming link to all of our Happy Crafter Club members, as well as posting it to our Patreon and to the members only stream. If y'all have any questions about any of that stuff, please do send us an email to backtoearthcreations@yahoo.com, and we'll try our best to be helpful to you. There's 3 and 4. So yeah, these trees take a fair bit of time, but gosh, they're so fun and they're so pretty. Three, 4, and then 1 to grow on. There we are. So that comes around to the back. We can tuck all that wire back to pretend for a moment. This reminds me very much of like a birch tree. And I can get my lotiony fingerprints off of the stone. Okay, so from here, what I typically do is I will come in. I'm going to do just a little bit more shaping. I know we're running low on time, but I just want to give it a little bit of a wiggle. Do 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 do. Wiggle wiggle. Yeah, a little bit of wiggle up the trunk. And then I just start doing, I don't know, some funky stuff with the branches. Being careful, of course, to not pinch the enameling off of the wire. And I really like my petite round nose pliers for this. I just don't want to leave any, part of the branch perfectly straight, because I personally prefer that squiggly to that straight. But depending on your own personal preference and style, because it's not that one's better or worse than the other, I like that, gets me going. That right there might get you going. That's okay too. And sometimes I really like using the straight branches, especially if I'm just going like poof up out of the top. Like it could be like harumph, like a yew tree, that has very straight branches, or something like a birch or a Bradford pear, or something like that. So it's your art. There is no wrong way to do your art. And if anybody comes through and tries to tell you so, maybe they should clean their own craft room before coming in and nitpicking your work. So yeah, just coming through. Wiggle wiggle. I like a little squiggle wiggle in my... Ooh, an aspen, yes! I love that. Okay. There we go. So yeah, we will just be continuing with more wire wrapping in the after party. And the more slack you give yourself, the more wiggly you're going to be able to make your branches. So, which may or may not be what you're going for. But yeah, so versus... Okay. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. I'm going to try to not poke myself too much. Ow. Well, there's ow. Okay, let's try again. Ow. Ooh, shiny. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. Ow. Okay. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. We will see y'all in the after party. Nice, Gary. Thanks. From 8 until at least 9. I'm probably going to shoot for closer to 9:30 or even 10. We'll see on whether or not I turn into a pumpkin. So thank you guys again so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll either see y'all in the after party or in Monday shop update. So until then, you guys, happy crafting. Oh, there's another sneeze coming. Maybe? Nope, I'm good. Bye, guys. Mwah. Bye. Oh, that's got nose all over it. Bye, anyways. Oh, goodness.